Drafting with Numot is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com and GatheringMagic.com. Explore the game. Round 1 here with our blue-red junk deck. Lost the die roll and can't keep this hand. 5 lands, summons, strike, not good enough. This hand I'm going to have to keep, though. Turn 3 Behemoth, have Silumgar. Hopefully the opponent doesn't start out too fast. Ooh, even drew this in black source for Silumgar. Alright, we might have a chance this game. Silumgar can definitely take over games. I don't want to see an early creature. I don't want to see a collateral damage. Gonna play out the swamp here, make the opponent think. Keep him guessing. I might just lose if the opponent goes 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, anything. My first play being Behemoth is not very good. Oh, that's a good sign. If he's playing Qal Sisma Behemoth, I'm a lot happier. A 1-3 generally doesn't cut the bill, make the bill, fit the bill. Whatever the phrase is. I mean, I could have cast Dragon Fodder there, hold up collateral damage, but I don't think that's worth it. Next turn I can play the Dragon Fodder, hold up Qal Sisma Behemoth, and collateral damage. Well, I guess I got punished now, didn't I? Luckily, the opponent's probably sacrificing the Sadist, which means Dragon Fodder's going to do a good job versus the Merciless. Alright. We're still alive. We're only at 17. Or we've only taken 3 damage, so we're still at 17. 2 turns till big Drifty D comes in. I'm just happy to take 2 damage here. No reason to block. The tokens are currently holding off the Executioner, and the opponent's missing lands. It's not a bad draw. I'm actually going to go ahead and do that one of my Goblin tokens. I'm going to be tapping out next turn. This still leaves back a Goblin for the Executioner. It's actually not terrible. Please no scary cards. Please no scary cards. Man, I really want the opponent to like use a Thousand Gloom on my Goblin. 1/1 Goblin here to try to get in for 5. That'd be nice. I might actually just collateral damage the Skirmisher if that was the case, because Silumgar kills the Executioner once it attacks. Opponent's in the tank here. Now remember, he's been missing his land, so he has 4 spells in hand. Sultai Emissary is A-okay by me. Gonna go ahead and just take 2 again. Now, if the opponent passes, that would have been the scary thing, because then, you know, could potentially hold up Silumgar Sorcerer, really get me, but luckily that was not the case. The only thing I have to be really scared of here is like a Coat with Venom. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with our situation. Again, I think it's still correct attacking with the Goblin there. It's close, though. Voltress Aven probably sacking the Emissary. That's fine. Okay. So I get to still attack in with both the Silumgar and the Goblin. And then if the opponent does have Coat with Venom now, I can actually collateral damage the Aven in response, right? So looks like we're in okay shape. Depends on what the opponent does here. Like, if the opponent attacks with the Morph, the Skirmisher, and the Executioner, that's a bad sign. Okay, so gonna put the opponent on not having the Cut with Venom here, because otherwise, you know, I mean, I think the opponent should have just attacked him with the Executioner in any case. It was a free attack since it's gonna die from the Silumgar trigger. And if I don't have to use the collateral damage, we now have the Wombo combo with it, so real nice for us. Wow, having a Minister of Pain here would be insane. Get to kill 3 creatures. Alright. Life gain actually relevant here, so play out the Dismal. 4 cards in hand. Can activate the Monument now with that 6 land drop. Again, just hoping to keep the Defector until next turn for when I can Defector plus Collateral Damage. It's the current game plan. It's funny how much work this Jeskai Runemark's actually done. The opponent hasn't drawn any removal besides the Executioner. We'll just see what his game plan is here, though. Remember, he still has, I believe, 3 spells in hand. So, not necessarily out of the woods yet. 4 mana. Flips up at Ojutai. Interceptor is the morph. Okay. The manifest is a unknown, but it's a random manifest because of the emissary. So it could be anything under there. Let's see. I think we're actually just taking it here. Right? We get to attack in with everything next turn. The opponent currently dead on board. And if he does have a removal spell, Collateral Damage will finish him off. And then even if he plays a creature here, he's still dead. Because he can block, like, you know, if he plays another flyer here, he can block both the flyers. Still take 3, and then we can sack for collateral. Okay, I guess the opponent now realizing they left themselves dead on board and just scooping it up. Oh, some nice draws there too. Okay, well, that didn't go too poorly. Given that the opponent had an aggressive start, well, somewhat aggressive start, and we had to mulligan. Not too upset about what happened there for us. I think we're just shipping it back. Everything seemed to go hunky-dory there. Yep, we'll ship it back and see if we can do the same thing for game 2. Okay, opponent on the play. Gonna have to keep this hand here. Turn 2 Humble Defector, turn 3 Tail Slash on the draw. Rates to be good enough. Huh? We might even be able to get a Humble Defector with flying if we draw an island. We know the opponent has a bunch of 2-drops, so pretty happy that they didn't cast any there. Hit the island. A nice little hit. Question is, if they play a Morph here, do I just Runemark? Well, now that makes it a little bit more interesting. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and Runemark here. I know the opponent has Merciless Executioner in their deck, but I think that I'm going to go for it anyways. Because currently he doesn't have any good targets to sacrifice, or creatures to sacrifice to the Executioner, right? He can either sack his Morph or sack the Executioner, which is not terrible for us. And the only Morph we've seen is Ojutai Interceptor, so I'm not unhappy about that. Deeply tanking about this. Okay, opponent was tanking a little bit there. Went AFK for a minute or 2. Let's attack. I don't Jeskai Runemark up my creature to not attack, I'll tell you that much. Alright. No Executioner. No something. No removal. Just let me bash you. Oh man, the nicest thing would be if the opponent just plays a land and passes and tries to block with Ojutai Interceptor. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Let's see what you got for me, buddy. Silumgar Monument. That's not Ojutai Interceptor. Great. Alright, bashing in for 4 here. And I'm going to play the Behemoth now. Just provide more threats on the board. Both of these creatures are huge. And I can still activate the Behemoth next turn while casting either Tail Slash or Breath. So I think we're sitting in a pretty good spot here, given that the opponent just didn't snap remove my Defector last turn. Alright, well, looks like the Defector is in fact going to die now, but that is A-okay. It got in for 8 damage. It ate a Marsh Hulk, or a Morph, which the opponent opted not to attack with. Ooh, that's an interesting draw too. I'm fine with the opponent jumping here, if they want to do that. If not, I will just happily pass the turn. Tail Slash and Breath open. And if I hit a land next turn, I can Taigam Strike. And attack for lethal. Untapped land, that is to say. Alright, so now all we need to do is hit a land and we win. But if we don't hit a land, we still want to be able to attack. So I'm going to go ahead and Breath here, and then Breath the Butcher, so that he's going to be a little bit more incentivized to block. Oh, it looks like it didn't matter. We got there anyways. 7 damage, unblockable. You're tapped out. You're at 7. Is that good? I think it might be. Alright, looks like we got there with the first match. And we'll see you guys back for round 2. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for watching Drafting with Numot. If you haven't already subscribed to Gathering Magic, you can do so to receive news of upcoming videos and discover new content. You can also check out our playlist that contains every episode of Drafting with Numot. And don't forget, you can easily watch the next video by clicking on the annotation on screen or a direct link in the video's description box. And as always, thanks for watching.